students. This is the flipped lesson for Storytown, Lesson 1 Vocabulary. To participate in this lesson, you will need your Lesson 1 vocab sheet. Check Edmodo if you lost yours. You will also need a pen or a pencil, and optionally, you might want to use a highlighter. Let's look at the directions. You will watch and listen to this presentation on your own. Feel free to pause and go back as needed. Next, write the definition or meaning of each vocabulary word on your vocab sheet. Finally, write a brief response to each question that goes along with the vocabulary word. There's also space for this on your vocabulary sheet. Let's begin. The first word this week is crestfallen. When you use the word crestfallen in a sentence, you will use it as an adjective or describing word. The meaning of crestfallen is disappointed and sad. Please write this meaning on your vocab sheet. If I were going to use the word crestfallen in a sentence, I might say, I will be crestfallen if my team loses the big game. In what situation might a soccer goalie feel crestfallen? Write your response to this question on your vocab sheet. The next word this week is ecstatic. This is a word you've probably heard before. Ecstatic is used as an adjective in a sentence. Again, an adjective is a describing word. The meaning of ecstatic is extremely joyful and excitedly happy. Please write this definition on your vocab sheet. If I were going to use the word ecstatic in a sentence, I might say, Lisa was ecstatic because she was going to Six Flags. Have you ever been ecstatic about something? What might a sixth grader be ecstatic about? Write your response to this question on your vocab sheet. The third word on our vocab list this week is hysterical. Hysterical is also used as an adjective in a sentence. The meaning of hysterical is feeling extreme emotion. It can be either happy or sad or worried. Hysterical can also mean that something is extremely funny. If I were going to use the word hysterical in a sentence, I might say, the young girl became hysterical when she lost her favorite doll. How could you tell if a person was becoming hysterical with worry? Write your response to this question on your vocab sheet. The next word on our vocab list is incapacitate. In the stories we read, the word incapacitate will be used as a verb or action word, but there are many other ways you might see this word written in your regular reading. One way is written incapacitated. Now, this could be the past tense of the verb incapacitate, but it could also be an adjective. You could describe someone or something as incapacitated. Another way you might see this word is in its noun form, which is incapacitation. You can use any of these forms of the word in your sentence at your end of the week quiz. The meaning of incapacitate is not able to do the things you normally do. This is the meaning you should write down on your vocab sheet. If I were going to write the word incapacitated in a sentence, I might write, our car was incapacitated, so Mom called a mechanic. How would you feel if the star of your favorite football team were incapacitated? Write your answer to this question on your vocab sheet. The next word this week is lament. This word is used as a verb in a sentence, which means it's an action word. Be very careful not to use the word lament as an adjective. This is a very common mistake that some students make. The meaning of lament is to act sad and upset about something. So you can see that lament is an action that you would do. If I were going to use the word lament in a sentence, I might say, the students lamented when they realized they hadn't studied enough for the test. If your brother lamented after his piano concert, how well did he probably play? Write your answer to this question on your vocab sheet. Our next word is mirth. Mirth is a noun. Remember that a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. In this case, mirth is an idea. It's a feeling of happiness and amusement. Some students also make a mistake of using this word as an adjective. Please make sure that you are using it as though it could replace the word happiness, amusement, or joyfulness in a sentence. Mirth is the noun, not an adjective. If I were going to use the word mirth in a sentence, I would say, Charlie howled with mirth after he heard a terrific joke. The question that you should write your response to on your vocab sheet is, why would a good joke fill you with mirth? Ready for the next word? Here it is, perishable. Perishable is an adjective. We can tell that this word is probably an adjective just by looking at the suffix. able, able, is a suffix that's often added to words in order to make them into their adjective form. So we know perishable is going to be describing something. The meaning of perishable is something that will spoil or go bad quickly. You should write this definition on your vocab sheet. If I were going to use the word perishable in a sentence, I might say, that cheese is perishable, so we should keep it in the refrigerator. What are some perishable items you can find in your refrigerator or freezer? Think about the question and write your response on your vocab sheet. The next word on our list this week might be a little bit tough to sound out. The word is ricochet. This word was borrowed from French, so many times when you see a word that comes from the French language, the ET at the end is just pronounced A. Ricochet. Ricochet can be a verb or a noun. If you want to write this verb in the past tense, you would write ricocheted with the ED at the end. The meaning of this word is to bounce or rebound off of something. Write this definition on your vocab sheet. If I wanted to use the word ricochet in a sentence, I might say, the basketball ricocheted when it hit the wall. What are some other things a basketball can ricochet off of on a basketball court? Write your response to this question on your vocab sheet. Great job! What's next? Well, if you need to, you can go back to review any words you do not understand. If necessary, highlight or circle any words you still have questions about, and we will discuss them in class. After doing this presentation, you should be ready to play a review game in class using these words. You should also be ready to read and understand stories that use these vocabulary words. Throughout the week, some of those stories will be in your Storytown textbook, and others will be in your guided reading groups. Finally, by the end of the week, you need to be ready to use each of these words in an original sentence. This will be your end-of-week quiz. An original sentence is a sentence that you made up yourself, not a sentence that you copied from this presentation or one of the stories that we read. Good luck, and we'll see you again next week.